tired of playing the same game over and over? Dying over and over and over. Bored? Well, then I know a game for you. Rogue Company by Hi-Rez Studio. Rogue Company is a free-to-play third-person action strategy shooter. I played Rogue Company a bunch when it first came out, and despite how good it was, I went back to Call of Duty. Seeing as now I'm pretty Call of Duty'd out, I went back, and I have no regrets. This game is so much fun and can be super competitive. It all depends on who you're playing with and how sweaty you want to get. So I'm going to go over some things I find in this game that brought me back and has me putting in those hours again. First off, you can see just how many rogues are in this game. You have 21. 21! Depending on which version of the game you purchase, you will immediately have access to more rogues. But don't worry, you can always use your in-game currency to pick up your favorite after doing some YouTubing and some research. Now, Phoenix is one of my favorites to play as, if you couldn't have guessed, because she's a sniper. She also has an AR, but why would I use that when I can hit shots like this? Up next on my list, we have someone I consider S tier, and that's Lancer. One of Lancer's abilities is called Quick and Quit. You gain increased movement speed, are quieter, and don't show up to reveals until you shoot for a total of 15 seconds. So this is perfect to use for the flank or get to a spot way quicker than the enemy and get the jump on them. Then we move on to her passive ability, Elusive, which I think is the best in the game. This passive ability gives you the ability to reload as you dodge roll. I can't tell you how many times I was fighting with someone and we both ran out of ammo. All I have to do is dodge to reload and I get the kill. This is the main reason I use Lancer, because I like to play super aggressive, and this ability, once you learn it, you will be able to take out a whole team if you're able to position yourself correctly. Now, Chaac is the next rogue I play with. He's another aggressive player with his main ability being Rage. This gives you the option to either overheal yourself or revive yourself when you are down. This comes in handy so often. When you're in full health, it will take you to 175, and when you are less, it will heal you up to 75 health points. So sometimes I will use it when I've taken some health hits in order to heal quicker and keep pushing. This is a perfect ability to pop when you are pushing a room full of people. The next part of this ability is that if you do not overheal, you can use it to revive yourself while moving. And in certain game modes, this is crucial, which I will talk about soon. And why wouldn't you want to res yourself? Then we move over to his passive ability, Grit. This will make it so you can roll after being downed, and this is a game changer and will help you survive so many deaths. You can always roll around a wall or something for your team to be able to res you, or you res yourself without getting shot at. Plus, let's not forget his SMG, the D40C, is also pretty good. I don't think it's as good as Lancer's SMG, but Chaac will have more ammo in his in order to suppress or take out numerous people without having to reload. As I said before, there are 21 people to choose from, and these are only 3. So just imagine all the different abilities in the game for you to choose from. On to the next chapter, one of the most important, keybinds and controller assignments. Now, Rogue Company doesn't have a lot of keybinds, but there are some that are super important and you'll use throughout the entire game. The most important being switch shoulder aim. Because this is a third-person shooter, there are some advantages, like being able to switch your shoulder in order to get that perfect angle. Now, this is super important because you will always want your shoulder aim to be on the side where you will actually have a shot. So you will be clicking this key or button a lot. There have been so many instances where I see people aiming on the wrong shoulder near a wall and their shots just don't hit. So keep that in mind as you're playing and always be switching shoulders to get that angle. Another great thing about Rogue Company is that there aren't too many game modes that will split the community. We have a couple game modes that are always in the game, Strikeout and Demolition. At the moment we have some limited game modes like 6v6 TDM and 6v6 King of the Hill. I only really play Strikeout and Demolition. Strikeout is a 5v5 game mode where you start with $8,000 and each team is trying to control a point to earn points, with a limited number of lives per team, being 14. So if you're able to get the other team's lives down, you will win the match. The point will move after every round, and the team with the most amount of points in the round wins the round unless you kill the enemy team. The first team to 3 round wins the match. The best part about this game mode is when you down an enemy player, you'll be awarded with money, which you can use to upgrade your weapons and equipment after every time you die through the buy menu. Now, Demolition is the more competitive game mode in my eyes, and is 4v4. This is like Search and Destroy from COD. There is an attacking team and a defending team. For the team attacking, one person has the bomb and must plant it at point A or B, which are on opposite sides of the map. This is where picking your rogues as a team is important. Now here's where we talk about Saint, because he is a must on your team for Demolition. He has the ability to release his drone, which will go to a down player and start reviving them. He's like Lifeline from Apex Legends on steroids, since his drone comes to you. There have been so many times that I made a mistake or pushed when I shouldn't, and the next thing you know, a drone's coming to me to fix my issue. If you're playing with friends, make sure you have a Saint on your team, because he will save so many lives. I mentioned upgrading your equipment, so now I'll go over that. This is the buy menu. When you're playing Strikeout, you're able to go to this buy menu every time you die in order to purchase an upgrade. Each weapon can be upgraded 3 times, with each time giving you some type of increase, whether that be damage increase, increased mag size, etc. Here's where you can also buy a melee weapon, which can be thrown like a throwing knife, or just to melee someone to death, so you know I always go for that one. Depending on who your character is, you'll be able to buy equipment also. Grenades, smokes, radars, it all depends on the gadget and the lethal that your character holds. In Demolition, you're only able to buy at the beginning of the round. This is where it reminds me of CSGO. Seeing as this is more strategic and more competitive, you start with less money and you really need to be sure that you purchase what is best for your rogue for that round. Demolition is really fun but can get super sweaty, as you can imagine. Maps is the next thing to talk about, and we get 12 maps in Rogue Company. Now 12 maps is a good amount of maps, and of course some of the maps aren't as good as others, but they all feel pretty good in my eyes. Plus, how can you not like a map made and designed by Dr. Disrespect, the 2-time? For each game mode, all the maps are cycled, so you're not sure which ones you're going to get, which I like. When you make it so that people vote on maps, you end up playing the same maps over and over again. So there's definitely some variety in the map category in Rogue Company. And last but not least, the competitive end of this game. If you were just out there destroying the main game modes, maybe it's time for you to hop into some ranked. And who doesn't like a ranked mode? In Rogue Company, we get ranked Demolition. Once you hit level 30, you'll be able to get into ranked and do your 10 qualifying matches to see where you are ranked amongst the other players. I haven't dove into this yet as I am just getting back into it, but I know Toasty and I are going to hop into that just to see where we stack up against everybody else. Well, Earth Gamers, since I haven't been playing COD and I rediscovered Rogue Company, my gaming experience has been way more pleasant and fun. This game just brings a new energy and player base to the community, which is refreshing. Everything I mentioned is what really brought me back, and of course there's way more stuff to go in depth about. But this is the reasons that I switched, and I hope it makes you think about it too. And with a new season quickly approaching, we will get a new rogue and a new map. So I'm going to go back to playing it, and I hope from the things I mentioned here, I'll see you out there in that battlefield. Watch out, because my sniper will get you. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you stayed till the end, comment down below, high res is greater than Activision. I'm out. Peace.